Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading for the second week of January, the 8th to the 14th. I'm Jennifer. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please make sure that you give me a subscription, please. And also, I did upload monthly readings at the end of December. So if you haven't checked out your monthly reading, if you would like to do that, please do. And I'm going to jump right into the reading. So today I'm using the Colette Baron Reid Good Tarot again. I clarified your reading with one card from the Medicine Woman Tarot book and at the tarot. And at the end of the reading, we're going to pull one more card from an oracle to give further guidance or insight into the reading or just guidance for the week, okay? Let's see what comes up. So, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Air. And that's also known as the Queen of Swords. This can represent an air sign in your life, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This can also represent an aspect of yourself. The Queen can sometimes be putting your intellect over your emotions, which is sometimes actually a good thing. Because sometimes our emotions can cloud our judgment. Also, she's a very honest, forthright queen who really seeks truth and justice and freedom from convention, freedom in general. Okay? And actually underneath her we have the Ace of Air as well. So I just wanted to show you that. That's the Ace of Swords. Okay? So with your reading today, we actually have 4 major arcana. And we're going to start off with the High Priestess, which is right here up at the top. We have the High Priestess crowning everything. And the High Priestess talks about intuition, perhaps secrets. Maybe it's prompting you to go within a bit more. Also to seek more spirituality in your life. Things of that nature. Now, I do have here the Hermit, so it might just be that we have some Pisces out there who perhaps you have been going within lately. Maybe you're a bit more of a hermit. Literally, maybe you're more of an introvert, is what I actually meant to say. Or this card could just simply be asking you to take a time out, reflect on things that have been going on, Perhaps you've been spending a lot of time with people, or perhaps you haven't been, because underneath that we have the Patience card, which is also Temperance. And this card also means moderation. So, whatever it is that you have been, maybe you've been sort of secluding yourself recently. And the cards might be saying that, you know, maybe it's time for you to moderate that. Try to get out a little bit more. Or maybe you were going out too much. It could go either way. And that they could be asking you to go within. And to maybe spend a little more time alone, take a time out to think, to reflect, to go within. Now, next up, we actually have the 8 of Fire. And this is the 8 of Wands. And this talks about momentum, swift energy, fast-moving things. It can also talk about you channeling your energy or directing your energy into something specific. And to go with that, we have the Sun. And the Sun in this deck is also called Abundance. The Sun illuminates things. It's a card of joy, happiness, and illumination. There's not much that can hide from the Sun. And I think with the sunflowers here, I mean, that's such a happy flower. So the Sun card is definitely about happiness, joy, illumination. And what I see here is with the High Priestess and the 8 of Fire and the Sun card, perhaps you have been channeling your energy, your soul energy, your spirit energy, your intuition energy into bringing something to light, whether it's for yourself or for your own enlightenment, perhaps you've been working on, or even just to find your bliss and your joy. Now, next we have the Ten of Air, which is the Ten of Swords. And in this particular deck, it talks about graceful endings, because you can see this card is very graceful. There's lots of feathers here flying around, and this figure is sort of in a stance of surrender. And the Ten of Swords is definitely about endings. Perhaps there's been some kind of a situation that has gone on long enough and it has nowhere else to go but to end. Something needs to come to an end. And with that, we have the King of Water. This could be you, Pisces. This could be you, whether you're a man or a woman. It could also be someone in your life, another water sign, a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. And this king is sometimes can actually be the wounded healer. This person sometimes look for divine love instead of personal love. And I'm really getting that with this card, because you do have so many major arcana here, especially with the Hermit here and the High Priestess. And not so much a personal love. And this king can also be very much in control of his emotions, which can actually also make him controlling. Okay? And sometimes this king can also be manipulative, especially emotionally manipulative. Emotional deception. Now I say that, I'm bringing up the negative aspects of this king because this Ten of Air is here. Okay? And maybe if this is an aspect of yourself, maybe there's things that you have been unwilling to look at in yourself that will start to come to light for you. Maybe you've been channeling some energy in this direction of making things illuminated. And even though the Sun is a happy card, a joyous card, yes, it's joyous and happy when we illuminate things, but sometimes the sun, the sun comes up over beautiful meadows, and it also comes up over, garbage sites. So it illuminates everything. Some of the things we want to see and some of the things that we don't. And I think here, with the patience, the Sun, and the King of Water, it's like maybe be patient with yourself. Be patient perhaps with this person that you're dealing with. Things will come to light in their own time. And that, don't get too... Maybe it's saying, you're putting so much energy into something here. With this being at the center of your reading. And I do get this as you channeling some kind of energy into something. And maybe you need a timeout to think and consider, what are you putting your energy into? And the Sun is, it's a good thing. But that with this, perhaps with this illumination of something, this abundance that is not necessarily material abundance. It could be an abundance of knowledge. It could be an abundance of things being revealed that you didn't see before. And it may cause some things in your life to come to an end. Perhaps bad habits. Perhaps relationships. Perhaps some aspect of yourself that you didn't see before. And interestingly, we did get the 8 of Pipes in the Medicine Woman Tarot to clarify your reading. And this is the same card as the 8 of Fire. It doesn't mean exactly the same thing in this deck, but it's the same card. In this deck, this card actually has another name. Your art is your shield and power. So it's sort of like whatever it is that you are putting your energy into, whatever it is that you're creating and channeling and bringing forth out into the world, that this shield here that she has. Is your power. And that perhaps means something to you. Maybe you are, I mean, all of us are artists. Every day we create our own lives, and that makes us artists. Whatever ways in which we impact the world, we are, in a way, being artists. Or perhaps you are an artist. Perhaps you paint or you create music. Let's read a little bit of this card. Your creative energy is now expressing with confidence. Your past experiences now give you an edge of expertise in the area where you have focused your energy. This may be in relation to your body, its health and tone, your sexuality and relationship to others, your artistic endeavors, or in achievements of spiritual disciplines such as daily yoga, tai chi, or meditation. The area in which you have chosen to channel your energy is now showing signs of increased skill. Enjoy the benefits of your labors and continue to direct the purpose of your process toward positive global ends. In other words, if you are using material resources, be sure you give something back to Earth. If you depend on other people's energy, be sure to replenish it in some way. If your product makes a statement, continue to upgrade the thoughts behind the statement so that it doesn't merely point out problems, but also shows a way to resolution. The purpose of all energy given to you by Great Spirit is to heal. Mend the sacred hoop of life. Heal by your words, your body, your life. This is how to become a channel of the divine. So maybe you've reached some pinnacle. You know, you could have reached some pinnacle of something. And maybe whatever it is that you've been working on, you just have to realize that it's time to move to the next level. Maybe you've reached some kind of a plateau. Maybe you are coming into your full, true self as this king of water here. And you're realizing the aspects of being a leader for yourself. Control, you know, knowing yourself. Know thyself. Just looking here to see what else. Sometimes the Temperance card can come up and it could talk about somebody who likes to drink. And with the Hermit here, maybe you are indulging in some things that are you know, this card in the traditional tarot is the tarot card with a figure laying down with 10 swords in their back. So this could be, some of you could have some kind of addiction. I am getting that with this card. And interestingly, we see here on her chest, if you can see that, there's a clock where her heart is. Tick, 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 right? So So realize that time, we're only given so much time on this planet. And to waste it away in escapist pleasures, such as perhaps drinking or in overindulging in, it could even be food or video games or television, or perhaps smoking marijuana, extreme amounts of it, or popping a Xanax every 4 hours, or whatever it is. Something might be coming to boiling up to a head for you here with this Ten of Air. But also, being that it's a graceful ending, perhaps maybe you're getting tired of that lifestyle. Maybe you're starting to get bored with it. Maybe there's somebody in your life that's coming to change things for you. Maybe somebody's going to show you the truth about something in your life. Or maybe you need to speak up and or even just seek the truth about yourself in your own life and let it be illuminated for you within. I mean, you don't have to, scream out to the world like, oh, I have these addictions. I mean, nobody's perfect. We all have problems in the world. And this may not be this isn't necessarily going to be for everyone. This may not resonate with everyone. Maybe some of you go out too much, partying. Maybe you're putting too much energy into these things that are getting you nowhere. It's like a dead end. Dead end sort of things. And if you want to come to this place where you are this leader and you're able to rein in your emotions and be gentle and nurturing, you need to come from a place of moderation and be patient with yourself. Maybe if you, whatever it is, if you engage in these activities 7 days a week, even if you just say, okay, 2 days a week, I'm going to cut it out, or I'm going to at least, maybe if you smoke weed, I'm only going to smoke weed, before I lay down, after I eat dinner and before I lay down. I'm not going to just, do whatever, or I'm not going to pop open that bottle of wine the minute I walk out the door, or I'm not going to go with my friends, my coworkers after work to get those glasses of wine because I know that it's just a dead end type of a situation for me. And there's more important things for me to be directing and channeling my energy into. And to remember that, life is short, right? Tick tock, tick tock. There's a clock there on her heart. And what you do every day, it accumulates. What are you putting your energy into? Are you really getting joy out of these things? Are you seeking enlightenment in your life? Are you seeking to bring your best self out to help the world? So everything in moderation. Be patient with yourself. Take a little bit of a time out. And, this being at the crowning, the top of your reading here, the High Priestess, it does talk about maybe, seeking more of that spiritual fulfillment in your life if you aren't already. Or listening more to your intuition. And to be conscious of the things that you direct your energy into. And that sometimes we put our energy into things that end up being a dead end. But we learn from it. I mean, this card also represents the wisdom gained from difficult situations. So don't forget that, because we all have this point in our lives, this Ten of Swords, sort of this dark night of the soul kind of energy, where if it wasn't for that, how would we learn? You know, how would we gain this experience? And when you do gain that experience and you have that wisdom, you need to do what you can in the ways in which you're guided, you know, by going within and knowing how you're guided to share your art, your creative power with the world. Whatever that is. Maybe you write poetry. Maybe you write stories. Whatever that is for you. So I'm going to pull one card from the Wisdom of Trees Oracle this time. And we're going to see what guidance do we have for Pisces for the second week of January. Okay. Lovely. We got Juniper. Let me just find that and I'll show you the card. Juniper. Spirit realms. See that? There's Juniper. That's the tree. Juniper, I have strong connections with the spirit world and I can protect you when you want to contact these realms. I will act as a benevolent intermediary, so call on me whenever you need my protection and guidance. For centuries, the juniper has been regarded in many cultures as one of the trees that act as gatekeepers between the mortal and spiritual worlds, keeping them apart and guarding against evil influences. It was common practice to leave gifts for local nature spirits at the base of juniper trees. Juniper berries have many uses. Their bitter flavor is an essential ingredient to gin, and they are also used in sauces and stuffings. They have powerful healing qualities too, especially for kidney and urinary problems. Right way up. This is an excellent time to investigate any form of psychic work that you feel drawn to, provided that you are acting with the best of intentions for everyone concerned and that you ensure you are psychically protected. I'm just going to read the reverse meaning of this card as well. Be on your guard because not everyone around you is as well-meaning as they seem. Although you should not be too suspicious or wary, you must nevertheless be choosy about who you trust and who you confide in at the moment. So, juniper, yeah, you make gin with that. I think, you know, maybe we have some Pisces that are drinking a little too much. That is going to end up, it's a dead end for you, Pisces. You know, I'm not saying that it's easy. I'm not judging you in any way. I'm just letting you know what the cards are showing me here and what I was getting off the cards. And, you know, if you're going out after work every day, having drinks with your buddies, your gal pals or whatever, you know, what is that when you come home from work? What good are you to yourself, to your family, right? It probably makes you a little less useful. So, this is a week for you to go within, to illuminate some of that stuff you don't want, to know that, you know, there's a situation that is coming to an end in your life, or perhaps you will consciously be bringing this to an end in your life. And if you have this air sign around you, or perhaps, you know, there's reasons why people overindulge in things, and it doesn't just have to be drinking. It can be a multitude of things, and often it's because we have some unexpressed aspect in ourselves that we are not expressing. And with these two cards at the bottom of the deck, I think it's important for you to express, especially with this art card here, and this, your art is your shield and your power. And maybe if you're, you know, overindulging in something, whatever that is, you're not able to express yourself clearly, with clarity. You don't even know what it is that you may want to express. And if you're not somebody who has overindulged, then it doesn't hurt to know that going within is a good thing no matter what. And that there's something in your life that will come to a graceful end. And let me just show you that, you know, at the end of this Ace of Air and Queen of Air, we do have the Ten of Cups as well. Okay? Which is a beautiful card. It's a card of contentment, joy, similar to the Sun card. And that's really nice to have together. So I do hope that this reading brings some insight into your life. I hope it helps you in some way. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And thank you for being here with me today, Pisces. Have a great week. Bye-bye.